Everyone needs to check your mail for the official census kickoff information that should be in your mailbox. They were all mailed out by March 12th. You might be worried about the security of the information that you give in the survey, but U.S. Census Bureau explains why there's no need to be worried.
Every 10 years, a census is taken in the United States of the people and the populations who reside here, and we can help.
The 2020 census is important because it's about more than just counting bodies. The census is important because the numbers that are tallied in that census impact every phase of American life.
Faith leaders are trusted voices in the communities, so it's essential that they speak to their congregations and encourage them to be counted in part of this 2020 census. It's essential because we also serve many of those people that benefit from the federal funds that will come from the data collected from the census.
It affects their children's schooling. It affects social service agencies and programs within their community. It affects libraries getting funding. It affects really all of our lives, and if we can't have our trusted sources like our faith communities, like our houses of worship, they have to be the ones preaching this message.
I think it's important for faith communities to be involved because in many ways, one of the voices of faith leaders and the faith community as a whole is really trying to connect the past to the present to the future.
Community events are really helpful for helping faith leaders understand and start to have the language to be able to express why the census is important with a spiritual lens. It helps get faith leaders involved and activated. We have a faith leader pledge, so we're asking faith leaders to first get educated about the census, know what's involved, know the key details, the timing, making sure and working towards your congregation being counted.
So in a very practical way, faith leaders can preach on the census, right? They can include census facts in their sermons. They can talk about the census in their announcements, put an insert from the Census Bureau in their weekly bulletins. They can host a Census 2020 event in their congregation.
As a leader in my community, I will encourage my congregants and those that I'm in touch with to take part of this census, and because it matters, and because each one of them matter, and each person matters.
This is really about districting, representation in Congress, and it's also about the allocation of government resources. If we're not counted numerically, then those resources are not going to be allocated to our community.
Well, it's important for faith leaders like myself to be involved in the 2020 census, and the Hispanic community looks to its leaders to be trusted voices. If we say this is something that is safe and secure, is going to make a difference in our lives, they will participate.
The census is safe, secure, and confidential. The information cannot be used against someone. It's to benefit our communities.
Let them know how important census.
Step forward and make sure that you are counted, because you do count.
If you are a faith leader, it is so important that you first recognize the importance of the 2020 census, how it is directly connected to improving the quality of life of those in your community for the next 10 years. It is time to get aware. It is time to move our communities forward. It is time to complete the census.
Shape your future.
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 And there's still time to help out during the 2020 census. The U.S. Census Bureau is hiring for temporary part-time positions. Joni Crestwell with the Census Bureau has more on how you can apply.
Welcome to Be a Census Taker, 2020 Census Jobs. My name is Joni Crestwell and I'm with the U.S. Census Bureau. We'd like to share how easy it is to apply for any of the thousands of open jobs in communities across the country.
The application process happens online and takes about 30 minutes. You'll answer simple questions about your education, work, and other experience. Because the Census Bureau needs to fill thousands of positions across the country, recruiting efforts are already underway. Apply now, and your application remains in the applicant pool for the entire 2020 census cycle. You can also update the information on your application at any time by logging into the account you created when you applied and submitting the changes. After you submit your application, you can keep track of your status by logging into your account. You'll also receive email notifications. We'll reach out to potential hires to conduct a phone interview. The job offers are made verbally and followed up by a confirmation via email. The next step is to schedule an appointment to get your fingerprints done for the background check. Once your background check clears, you will be scheduled for training. The details for training will be determined by the position and operation for which you've been selected to work. Most importantly, you'll be paid for training time. Now, you're probably wondering about scheduling. That's one of the great features of these jobs. The hours are flexible and include days, evenings, and even weekends. And jobs for the 2020 census offer competitive wages that are paid weekly, along with authorized expenses such as mileage. It's a great way to earn some extra income and play an important role in shaping the future of your community.
Be a part of this historic event. Join the 2020 Census team. Applying online is easy. Visit 2020census.gov/jobs and click the Apply Now button. If you'd like to learn more before you apply, please watch additional videos in this series. Thanks again.
So the census actually pays quite a fair wage. I think it's about $17 an hour for their census takers.
That's pretty good.
So they encourage everybody to go out and apply, and I mean they work around your schedule so you can actually fit it around your full-time job.
Nice. And when it comes time to knock door to door, you get some good exercise getting in and out.
You do. You make sure you wear your steps tracker so you can keep track of your steps.